guys, welcome to another series of It's Time. And as you know, I would always find you interesting people, entertaining and educative people that would expose us and show us new things. So today we have Gerald in the house, and I'll let him introduce himself.
What's up? I'm Gerald Edwards. I am a creative of many things, many art forms. I love to graphic design, paint, do photography, and many other things. And I like to create things from anything from clothes to, I want to create a children's book in the future, accessories, many things, yeah.
Yeah, children's books. That sounds really interesting because I don't think we have a lot of educative and enlightening children's books. We do, but they're things that we just undermine kids and we don't expect them to be able to grasp that. So I'm glad you're creating a children's book. That's exciting to hear.
Thank you. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I agree.
So as usual, I always ask the question, what does it's time mean to you?
Time right now means to me, it's time means to me right now is just being able to value time in a way that you have the space of being able to basically surround yourself by love. So loving the things that you have a passion for, surrounding yourself by like loving people and giving love to those people, and also coming to the understanding that it's time. So it's this pressure of being able to make value of your time now, not tomorrow, not yesterday, but right now. Like, why wait to do anything that you love, or why wait to give love when you could do it now?
Guilty.
We all guilty of it.
I'm a procrastinator. Like, it's a talent. Like, if you have a negative talent,
yeah,
it's a talent. It's a bad thing. I procrastinate a lot. So I know.
We all procrastinate though. I can't even sit here and act like, every time an idea or every time I'm trying to finish an idea that I just do it right away. Sometimes I sit on it for 3 days and sometimes it's meant to. But there's definitely a balance of procrastinating too long and just letting the idea soak in. So it's all about balance. Yeah.
And procrastinate like a year.
Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah.
I know. So you talk about time management, and it seems like you do a lot of things. Like, you travel, you like to walk, you do all of these things, and you still create. Because I watch what you do. Like, you post, you're very consistent with your social media and the things you do. How do you do that so well?
I try to communicate the things that I love. So I love going on walks. I love nature. I love traveling. And I love creating. So like, there was a point in time where I was just like, just posting pictures of just my art. And I wanted people to better understand like where my creativity comes from, the type of environment that I like to soak in, to express myself. And a lot of the stuff that I do create is either from like pictures I've taken or places I've traveled to. But I try to stay consistent with it as much as possible because I know that I know people love consistency.
Oh yeah.
So whether it be consistency with relationships that you have outside of social media, people on social media love the same thing. It's just like to come consistently with quality.
That's really good. I don't do any of this.
You do that. We're doing that right now.
No, I know, but that's something that I really lack.
Time management.
Like, I enjoy this right now, so I just posted, and I really don't. Sometimes I don't consider the fact that other people are waiting. I just did it at my own time, and I'm like, if I'm satisfied, then I'm good. Yeah.
That's I definitely understand that. I understand that. Like, I had to work on being able to just be more selfless with my art, right? So even if I'm satisfied with it, I know other people are either waiting to be inspired by it, waiting to support my art. And also, with that being said, those same people keep me going to keep constantly create. And it feels good knowing that people appreciate the stuff that I put out. But, it's extra accolades. Like, that's extra. I'm always self-fulfilled when I finish a product. And if I'm satisfied, then I put it out into the world. And then everything else is extra.
Yeah, so you have to be satisfied first.
Yeah.
So that's valid.
Yeah. It's not like I'm doing it to satisfy people. I satisfy myself and then I give it to people.
You can't give what you don't have.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's facts, yeah.
So would you, I know you've told me the story about you started creating. And I think that's a story that would inspire a lot of people. So where did it start from? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, years ago when we lived in Louisiana, me and my family, my dad had this clothing brand by the name of Tory Terrell. And when we moved to Minnesota, he stopped, and he started to basically, him and my mother started to work and make sure that we had the things that we needed to grow. So within that process, probably around like 7th, 8th grade, my father had like this, well, my mom and my dad would keep all these bins in like the basement, or in like some type of storage. And it would just be like things from the past. It's just like history basically in some way, shape or form. So I was looking through there just being nosy one day. And during that time in my life, like I didn't enjoy playing sports, but I also didn't enjoy like just like not doing anything. But I know that I love selling stuff. I know that I love coming up with ideas. And how can I make an idea to a point where people will also love it just as much as I do? And my father had this paper in there with this t-shirt design, and it said Nsod on there. And I took that idea and I ran with it because I was like, you know what, I could make ideas just instantly start coming to my head. So I was like, you know what, I want to start my own clothing brand, and I just want to extend on this idea because that's all it takes. It takes an idea, a foundation of an idea to happen, and then on top of that, you just keep building. And I felt like I could build on top of that, so I ran with it. And I knew that I loved it after like 2-3 years. I was like, yeah, I love this.
Yeah. And I'm sure that also made him happy because it's like, oh, my dream didn't die. My son continued.
Yeah. I think my dad and I, we like he's a person of ideas, so like he would never feel like his dreams die because he always have so many dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your dreams never die. It only dies if you stop dreaming completely. But his dreams, were within us. Him and my mom's dreams are within us. But also still to this day, my parents are trying out ideas of their own that they want to try, that they love, and it's really cool to see that.
I know that would be encouraging to parents,
Yeah.
Because it's your kids would continue. Like, just wait and let them do it naturally. Because you picked it up naturally. They didn't force that on you.
Yeah.
Because if they did, you would not like it.
Trust. Anything that's forced, whether people force it upon you or anything like that, if you do it out of force, it will not come off as genuine. You're not gonna love it, and eventually you're gonna break down and just lose it one day. So that's why it's best to do everything out of genuine intent and out of love, and from that people could take it and do whatever they want with it.
That's good. There's another question I would actually want people to know. You love clouds.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I love clouds because I will always see them like in my dreams, like frequently, all the way since I was young, all the way up until now. But like what really made me want to like connect clouds with the things that I was creating was I was on this plane. Where was I going? I don't know
Somewhere.
where I was going. I don't know where I was going, but I remember looking out the window of the plane and I was just like, wow, these clouds look just like they do in my dreams. And that was around the same time my parents gifted me a camera. So they knew I love photography, and I just started taking pictures of clouds, and like even when I captured it on the camera, it looked exactly like it did on in my dreams and like on that plane. So I forever took that perspective and just ran with it. But like also along with that, clouds make me feel at peace.
Oh,
Like
that's
there's
good.
something peaceful about clouds to me, and I I am a cloud.
It is a cloud. I like I like that. I really like that. That's interesting. That's good because I don't know if you've seen this movie Walt by Disney.
Mm-mm.
He talks about how he actually saw Mickey Mouse. He had a really little mouse.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen
And I'm
that.
like, okay, yeah, a lot of people just think dreams are just supernatural things. Like, but I'm glad you actually walked on them. Like, it was a dream, but you carried it on into the world as a dream. So they're both dreams and you made that work, and that's really good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Thank you. It's interesting how just like things connect because like I've always been a person about like accomplishing goals, like goal oriented, achieving certain things. So just how that connects into my love of clouds later on, it's like it was always meant to be. And just like the guy that created Mickey Mouse, he was going through all these trials and like tribulations to make sure that to make sure that Mickey was like on a platform of like people being able to enjoy it so much that it also became a part of their life. And it's the same thing with me with my creations. It's just like there's so many like successes, ups and downs and failures and all these things, but at the end of the day I want this to be a part of people's lives just as it is a part of mine. So I believe we all should.
Oh yeah, sure. Would you tell us about your logo, the panda and the balance? Because I would actually love to. It's wearing it right now, but it's right behind it.
Oh yeah, it's behind me. So I have this logo. It's called the Mask Dreamer. It's wearing a mask, but it resembles a panda. Because I love panda. I've always loved like Japanese art. My first book I ever read was a manga called Naruto. I was in the 5th grade, and I just loved how it came with stories of like lessons. Like it actually had life lessons within those stories, but at the same time it's an animation. It's playful. So these are things that a lot of Japanese artwork resembles around. So I've always loved Japanese art. So subconsciously, the things that I was creating was based upon that characteristic of Japanese art. So yeah, I love pandas. Pandas is like it resembles balance, and they look so playful from afar away, but they're also very serious if you get close to them. The Mask Dreamer that I did create, it resembles a panda, but a panda that's wearing a mask. And that mask is more like a gas mask. So it's blocking the negative energy and negative just things from around you. It's blocking that away. And there's 4 exclamation marks at the top of the logo. And in a lot of Japanese art, there's like these... what's the terminology for it? There's like these expressions that'll happen at the top of people's heads and stuff like that in different parts. So those 4 exclamation marks resembles a expression and how excited and shocked the Mask Dreamer is to see how impactful its presence and its ideas are.
So obvious that everything you do is intentional. Everything you do has a special, specific meaning. You just don't do random stuff. And that's one thing that connects. I'll speak for myself. That's one thing that connects me to your work. When I see it, it makes me so excited. I'm like, oh my God, like
That's
I'm
love.
sure
Wow.
this sounded. I don't know if it sounded crazy to you when you started, because a lot of people wouldn't understand.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. A lot of people didn't even know how to say the name, you know what I'm saying, of everything I was creating until like I just stay consistent with it, you know. It's all about consistency, believing in it, and just coming with quality. And now people can identify it from a distance and up close or wherever, and people have conversations over it. But I think it's really, you know, rejuvenating for me to know that other people really like love and enjoy it just as much as I do. People are waiting just as much as I am waiting for a new product to come out. So it's a blessing. You know, I used to really wish for those things. Like just last week, I got some orders from Japan, and it's always been a dream of mine to get some orders from Japan. So that just shows me, like, if you just keep going, the universe will work in your way to help you achieve the things that you're meant to achieve, because it's like, it's much bigger than me. And it's much bigger than me, and that's how I always thought of it. So as the days went by and the years went by, I always just stuck to it, and I'm glad people were waiting just as much as I wait for each product to drop.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this since I was 15. I just turned 25.
Okay, so it's a grandpa. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm an old man in this.
Oh, you're young. You just started life.
I'm an old man.
We just started life. You just started life. 25 is young. Oh, I like to say it's young, so if it feels young.
It is. No. I feel absolutely young. Like, I still feel, to be honest, I still feel like a kid. Like, a lot of the things I do is just very pure and like childlike. Like, if I love something, I just do it. Or if I want to try something, I just try it without the thought of like too much consequences, because I know it's coming from a genuine place. But yeah, I think I'll forever feel like a kid. I feel like if I don't feel like a kid, that's where the trouble comes in.
Oh, that's true. You always have to keep the childlike part of you alive. That means you're taking life too serious.
Yeah, you just be mad about everything.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
Kids are so happy, so I always want to keep that child in me. And if I don't, then
we'll bring it out if you don't.
Right. I have people that's surrounding me that's gonna bring it back out. So you know what I'm saying? I always want that childlike in me.
I will definitely answer that question in my Q&A video. I'm excited to answer that. I hope it's not too long though. But it was nice having you here. Okay, if this is your first time watching, go ahead and like, comment, send your questions. I would answer them on the Q&As. And subscribe, like, and share this with a friend, even if it's just one friend.
Pass it on.
That needs it.